Hello, it's me again. So I kind of disappeared for an entire month of this channel, which I wasn't really planning beforehand, but it kind of happens. Basically what it comes down to is that I just completely lost all motivation and inspiration to film videos. I had no idea what to film and I felt very little motivation to make up things to film. I wasn't feeling it at all, which hasn't happened in quite some time, but it happened now. So yeah, I kind of disappeared for a month, wasn't really planning that, but yeah, here I am again. Gotta be honest, I still wasn't 100% feeling it, but I reached a point where I was like, well, let's just turn on my camera and film a little bit. But because I'm still getting into it and I feel kind of rusty, I thought it would be a good idea to keep this video, wow, I have trouble speaking now, to keep it relatively simple. So this video is just going to be a bit of a life update because I'm definitely in a very interesting point in my life right now. I don't want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about the books that I'm currently reading. I'm not reading a lot because that is also the thing. I was in a massive reading slump. I didn't know what to read. I didn't feel like reading. I kind of got into this hole where I just was watching like mindless YouTube videos all the time, which wasn't great for my brain. So I was in a very weird mood for the past month, or past couple of weeks. But I'm here again and I want to read again, so let's make the most of it. If you do not like chatty videos or live update videos, this might not be for you. Personally, I'm always a bit, I don't know, I always find it very strange that there are people who are interested in what I have to say about my life. Not really sure if there are people right now, I don't know, I just don't know. But yeah, I'm just going to chat a bit and then tell you about the books that I'm currently reading. So yeah, as for a life update, you probably know that I graduated from my master's degree in July because I talked about it on this channel. I was very happy with that. I now have a master's in media and creative industries. But that means that I am no longer a student. After having been a student for as long as I can remember, almost, I am done with school and it's time for me to find a grown-up job, which is, I find it very hard to think of myself as a grown-up even though I am 25. But that is what I have been doing the past couple of weeks. I've been looking for a job. I haven't found one yet, but I really hope that it will happen soon. Because, you know, first of all, money. I'd like to have money. It's kind of useful. But second of all, because I feel like my life is in such a weird in-between phase right now because I'm done with studying. It's a very weird feeling because I see everybody go back to school and I feel like I should go back to school as well. I feel like I have things that I need to do, that I have to study, that I have to write papers, which is not the case, and that is a very weird feeling. But then on the other hand, I need to find a job, but I haven't found it yet. I'm looking, like I'm trying to find one. But it's a very weird in-between phase. And I think for me, it's just not, it's kind of mixed because on the one hand, it's nice to have a bit of, you know, quiet time, relaxing time, not much that I have to do, which is nice for a change. But on the other hand, it's also a bit frustrating when you have nothing to do because I really lack a routine, like a daily routine, things that I need to do, just kind of having a purpose. Whoa, that sounds way too deep, but just, I hope you get my meaning. So yeah, apart from job hunting, I haven't done much in the past couple of weeks. I haven't read, I haven't uploaded videos. That is also one of the reasons why I want to get back into it, because I feel it does give me a bit of a purpose. To make a long, babbling story short, it is a very, you know, kind of weird in-between phase. And I think many people have had that. And I think it's very normal to feel a bit weird about that because it is a big transition in my life. At least it's going to be an even bigger transition once I actually find a job, which again, hopefully will happen soon. But in the meantime, I should just try to make the most of it, try to see if I can film again. It does weird things to your identity if you're in a weird phase like that, let me tell you that. Also with BookTube, I have had some trouble to figure out what I want to, like the kind of videos that I want to make, how I want to be on BookTube. I don't know, I guess I'm just in general in a bit of a life figuring out mood. I don't know. It's again, this is why I was a bit hesitant about picking up my camera, because this is what my mind is doing all the time. It's a bit all over the place, a bit not sure, just Wow. But that is just how it is, and I'm sure things will kind of settle down or fall more into a routine very soon. At least that is what I'm going for. I'm also in this very weird mood since it's now September, and I'm so much looking forward to fall or autumn or whatever. I never know what to call it. I'm looking forward to that. It's September. It is technically, you know, almost fall, but this week it has been so warm. And this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, although I don't know if it is on BookTube, but I just don't really like warm weather all that much. I like it when I have time dedicated to it, like I'm actually on holiday on a beach and I have lots of cold drinks around me. I like it for 1 week and then I'm done with it. But now, this week it has been way too hot. I want fall weather, I want coldness. I want to wear sweaters. I'm so ready for that. So maybe that's also sort of contributing to my weird mind space. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to fall. I think I do want to do some decorating in my house because I feel like decorating my house, my apartment, has been on a bit of a standstill for a while now, which is logical because, of course, during a lot of months I was busy with my master thesis, and then it was the summer and it was just a bit of a weird phase. But now I'm very much ready to make my apartment more cozy. I want to add candles and lights and things, and this is also a project that is something that I've been thinking about a lot, but I should also actually do it. So I guess that was kind of a life update. Some of the things that are on my mind right now, don't really know what else to add to it apart from what I've already said. I'm not going to repeat it again, but mostly just fingers crossed that I can find a job soon, a full-time job, and then I will be very happy. And then for the books that I'm currently reading, I am reading something at this moment, not much, because again, as I mentioned, I was in a massive reading slump, but I want to get back into it, even though it's slowly, even though it's just a little bit, and therefore I am currently reading 2 books, one audiobook and one physical book. And the physical book is Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport, and this is a non-fiction book, and as you can probably tell from the title, it's all about your digital life and how you should keep it to a minimum. So I'm about halfway through, and it's kind of about the philosophy how screens and phones and social media can kind of take over our brains and our minds, and that it's not very healthy for you necessarily. As I mentioned before, I have been in a bit of a weird mind space like that. I have been on a lot of mindless social media and I wanted to change that. That is why I'm reading this book. It has a lot of very interesting insights. I think it's more than just what you should do if you want to quit social media book. It's more about the thoughts behind it and how it's not just, oh yeah, I want to do it a little bit less, but how you can better think about it and how you don't have to quit social media or just technology entirely, but you can still choose the things that you get the most out of and use it in a way that is not as impactful in your life, that it doesn't take over your entire life and all your brain space. It is very interesting. So I just was really feeling like reading a non-fiction book because my mind was barely in the mood for fiction. So this is the book that I chose, and I am making my way through it slowly. I'm not like rushing through it or anything, but it is interesting. I love the way it's written with a lot of stories and experiments, and just I really do like the ideas behind it. I will always love social media and I will always use it, so I'm never going to quit it. But this definitely gives me some stuff to think about. So hopefully I can finish this soon. Then I have the audiobook that I've been listening to. I've almost finished it, but that is False Witness by Karen Slaughter, her latest release. This is, again, a thriller because all Karen Slaughter books are thrillers. It's about 2 sisters who 20 years ago did something very horrible, and now in the present day it is going to catch up with them. It's very vague, but I have to say that is really all you can say about the book before you actually read it, because there's definitely a lot more to it. I'd say for this Karen Slaughter book, it's a lot more about the psychological and about the sort of things that are going on behind the scenes, and not as much about an active murderer on the loose, which is the case with a lot of other Karen Slaughter books. It's still quite graphic and horrible, which is also the case for a lot of Karen Slaughter books. And the thing is, I would say that it scores very low on the can this be realistic scale. Not as much as with what happens, but as in how the people deal with it. I feel like a surprising number of people are very relaxed and cool about very horrible crimes in this book, which is like, not really sure how that would be in real life. But I do think that it scores very high on the entertaining scale because it's just very fun. I've been listening to the audiobook. I've been listening to it with a lot of pleasure. It is fun, it is entertaining, it's a thriller, it's tension filled. It is exactly what I want from a thriller book. I do love sort of the sister relationship and the dynamic that is going on between the main characters who are named Lee and Kelly, and yeah, it is a lot of fun. Not fun as in that I love those horrible crimes, but fun as in the way thrillers are sometimes just fun and relaxing. I like that it doesn't take up a lot of my mind space, which is definitely what I need right now. So I'm almost done with it. I only have a little bit more than an hour left. So I should be able to finish this one very soon, but it's not like an all-time new favorite book. It's just a very enjoyable one. So I guess that was it for this video. I know it's probably, I don't know, not very long, a bit all over the place, but it is what you're going to get. I'm trying to make my way back into it. I cannot promise how much I'm going to upload now. I really want to make more of a schedule, but I really have to see how it goes and if I know what I want to film, which is what I would like to hear from you. Like, what do you want to see? I think I can definitely do some autumn themed videos now that it's September, even though it's still way too warm here. But yeah, I am excited to get back into it. So let's just make that happen. And then hopefully you have enjoyed this video still. If you did, you can always subscribe. And yeah, then hopefully I will see you again very soon in my next video. And until then, bye!